7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Think about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature.
It's showtime.
It is showtime, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy Father's Day to everyone out there who is a father. Even if you don't have a child, even though maybe you have a pet or anything, happy Father's Day, everyone, and welcome here at the Circle to Make podcast. Of course, I am alone because, of course, it is Father's Day, but I will have the director joining me within, the next 30 minutes here. But as host of TV's One Ivan C, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome for another episode here, episode 155. Now, before we begin, do not forget, of course, that right above me, make sure that you are following not only just on Circle Debate, but also follow the Bloodline Entertainment Network, because you're also watching this on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Make sure you subscribe also to the YouTube channel, listen to it on Spotify, and watch us also on Twitch, besides Circle Debate, also on the Bloodline Entertainment Network on Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again. Now, once again, before we start, another thing that I also wanted to bring up for all my SoCal Pro Wrestling fans out here, do not forget as well that we do have coming up June 24th, this Saturday, we do have PCW Ultra that we're sponsoring. And of course, we're part of the sponsorship as well, as we have Vamonos Bang Bang Bang. It's happening Saturday, June 24th. So do not forget to tune in for, to attend. If you haven't bought your tickets, buy them now, because they do have a Father's Day special going on right now. Make sure you go to PCW, especially on their website. And also, I will go ahead and bring it up here. Make sure you hit this link. Hit this link right here. Hit it right there, PCW, right there, / June 24th at everbright.com. That's where you can purchase your tickets now, because they're selling like hotcakes. So make sure you purchase it. And here is the card so you guys can see it. That is right. Make sure for all your SoCal Pro Wrestling fans, attend. Make sure you purchase your tickets now before they sell out, because they are selling hotcakes. And we will be there. Circle Debate will be there attending on June 24th at PCW, of course, in Wilmington, California, at the IWLE Memorial Hall. Make sure you guys attend there. Make sure you guys be there. And shout out to everybody who was in the chat already. Shout out to the J-Man, of course. Justin, man, much love, brother. Thank you so much for tuning in. And, of course, the DOM, who was having a watch party yesterday for AEW Collision, which we'll talk about later on today. But shout out to the DOM, of course. Psycho Philly, Psycho Dom, of course, is going on. Yes, happy Father's Day to my brother. And, yes, that's fine. I know that I saw that yesterday. I did see that, Dom. So, but, I mean, I'm glad you still made it back on. So that I am very, very happy. But, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into it now. Before I get into AEW, of course, it's time to get into some WWE. So it's that time. So, of course, let's talk about what the hell just happened on Raw and SmackDown. Jesus Christ. I was really more shocked. But let's bring it up very, very quick. I want to go ahead and bring this up very, very, very quick. Raw was, of course, good to see the new, women's champion, the new championship that was presented to Rhea Ripley. And reading Road Dogg's commentary as well, that stating that, bringing these belts is going back, according to him, more to the old school, more traditional for the championship, which I do kind of see that. I mean, which is fine. I mean, I actually enjoy it. Good to see Seth Rollins with his new title, Roman Reigns, and Rhea Ripley, Asuka. Hopefully, we get to see at least the tag team titles. That's the one we're waiting for. I mean, we do only have, they have the unified tag team champions, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But are they going to give them belts? That's the biggest question there that I have. Are they going to give them that, that belt there? That is a big question. And seeing what happened to Raw, especially with Finn Balor really questioning himself, his judgment, they are doing great, but what about him? He's not doing much. And for him to actually, and from promo that Seth Rollins gave, of course, Finn Balor the week before, when it was him and when it was Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest, that promo got to Finn Balor. It got him to that point that he said, no, I really want my shot. Now I need to get my damn shot. And so he got it. And now he will be facing Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank for the World Championship, Raw the World Championship. So I'm excited to see it. I want to see what's going to happen there, and seeing Jada McDonough as well. That's a lot of questions. What's going on? Are we saying maybe the future Finn Balor going face again? I mean, that's the biggest question that we have there. Well, maybe so, maybe not. We don't know what is going through Finn Balor's mind. But now that he got his shot, I'm very, very happy for him now that he got that title shot. I hope that match should be spectacular happening in Money in the Bank, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Rhea Ripley, of course, I'm loving the fact her run is going fantastic. I'm enjoying it. Very, very, very happy. Yeah, wasn't really a big fan of the crowd hijacking. I know, Jay, man. Neither was I, because just the whole time you couldn't really hear the segment between them two because of the crowd. It was a hot crowd that Monday Night Raw, which it was actually not bad at all. But I am with you on that. They really, really kind of did not allow Finn Balor and Seth Rollins to speak too much. So I agree with you on that, Jim, man. That's for sure. But I'm looking forward to, especially what's going on in Raw. I do like the fact that we're seeing, Jonah as well getting booked very well. We're seeing a lot of Nakamura. We're seeing a lot, of course, Ricochet. Gunther, of course, the main event. Everybody saw the main event, Gunther and his other side man. I'll keep forgetting his damn name. Versus, of course, Sammy Zayn and Kevin Owens. It was a great match. Raw was not bad. Raw, as of late, has been very interesting, has been very, very intriguing. And we're seeing a lot of this happening because of Papa H. People keep saying that, Vince, what we're calling it. Well, Vince has no other choice to listen to Triple H now, because now we have them in more, we have Triple H more in control. He's more really out there putting these stars that he put on the, on the rosters. And I'm so happy for that. And we're seeing that a lot, especially on Raw. And I'm glad to see that. And Chad Gable getting that win. And that's another thing, too, that we're seeing now the face, once again, of Chad Gable, which I'm really happy to see that. A lot of good things are happening in Raw, which has been very investing, very interesting. SmackDown, the other thing, is another shocker for the world. Especially, I'll get into, the bloodline. But, however, I do want to get into Charlotte and Bianca Belair. That promo was awesome. I really enjoyed. For me, Bianca won that promo. She won that segment. For her to say, didn't take me 14 times, at least it took me one time to be the longest women's champion. And I am invested to see this matchup. Now, we're going to see, of course, Charlotte versus Asuka for the women's championship. The winner of that will face Bianca Belair. So we'll see what happens there. But I am really, really invested. And I'm excited to see, the outcome of course, who will Bianca face? I hope this is what I'm hoping for. And I think this might happen. We might get a triple threat match. Something tells me that we're going to get a triple threat match at Money in the Bank between these three women. That's what I feel that might happen here. I feel that we might see a triple threat match between these three women. And then eventually down the line, we might see maybe at SummerSlam, we might see, Charlotte and Bianca maybe. I have a feeling that Charlotte will lose. And then, of course, the triple threat match will happen. Charlotte will win again. Unfortunately, I know people are going to be like, why? Why would you say that? But it's going to happen. We're going to see that happening eventually, unfortunately. I do want Asuka's run to be more great. I just hope they don't cut it short. But something tells me, because of Charlotte return, We might see that happening on Money in the Bank. We might see her, like I said, this could be a triple threat match, adding Bianca into this. This might end maybe a disqualification or no contest at all, double count out maybe between Charlotte and Asuka, and then we get Bianca saying to the screw it, I want both of y'all. I want that shot, and we get a triple threat match. And I think that's could be the case that we could get to see here. Maybe that could happen. We don't know. We don't know that could happen. But, I mean, that could be the case. That might happen in Money in the Bank, and we see Charlotte, of course, winning it. Of course, she says she don't make lines. She don't make lines. She is, she created the line and all that promo. I mean, I really, really feel that Bianca won this. She really won this, this promo. This segment was awesome. I like to see that. Oh, come on, Vince, play for me. Come on. You got to say it because I do like this. I like this.
Aggression.
I like this ruthless aggression from Bianca Belair. I am enjoying it and I'm loving it. So I'm looking forward to seeing the more aggression of Bianca Belair, and I'm hoping we get to see that a lot. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And sorry, Charlotte, I have respect for you, but it's the truth of what Bianca said. This is a new era. This is for the new generation. So this is not, the Charlotte Flair any longer. So, but something tells me we might end up seeing Charlotte winning the championship eventually. And then we might see Bianca and Charlotte at SummerSlam. I'm calling it right now. I'm saying it now. That could be the case, but we'll see what happens. Another thing that really shocked the world, and it finally happened, is the Bloodline officially over. It looks like it is, because now we have Jey Uso, who just kicked out his brother Jimmy Uso, and him saying, and I'm out too, super kicking Roman Reigns. Nobody expected that. I somehow kind of expected it. Oh, what is going on, my brother? Yes. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much, Bruce. I appreciate you very much for tuning in, brother. Yes. Little by little, still, still recovering, still there. So that's why I can't do much as well, but I am recovering. But yes, seeing the Bloodline, is this officially over? I feel like it could be over. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I know I couldn't get the video I wanted to post it. Cody Rhodes said this a while back during the promo for the WrestleMania matchup, that you're going to be officially by yourself. You're going to be just Roman. You're no longer going to be Roman Reigns. He called this. I hate to say it, but Cody Rhodes called this on Roman Reigns. He called it out, pretty much stating that, yeah, this is going to be over for you. It's going to be done. And it's impressive to see finally now, the Usos brothers now turning their back on Roman and their other brother Solo Sikoa. So now it's already officially announced that at Money in the Bank you will have Roman and Solo versus, of course, the Usos. And that's going to be interesting to see where this is going to turn out to be. How is this going to turn out to be? Is this the actual official? That's the biggest question there. And another thing that I actually would like to see, I really wanted this on SmackDown. I actually wanted, of course, the Usos' father to come out. I really wanted him to come out. Rikishi. I really wanted Rikishi to come out accompanying, his sons. That could be the case. We might see that maybe at Money in the Bank. I hope we do see that. I was hoping it to happen this past Friday, to see it on SmackDown. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see Rikishi coming out and telling his sons, no fighting, the hell with this shit, the hell with Roman. That could have created a lot of more intriguing investment of the story. But regardless if that didn't happen, this story still was invested, and I was truly invested of it. Seeing that, and it shocked me to see them finally doing this. But just remember, mind you, this is Cody Rhodes, the one that called it. Cody Rhodes did call it. Let's see what Jamie got to say. Let's see. We were really starting worried that we're going to see the route of Jimmy versus Jay. But that swerve was, yes, it dropped my jaw too, Jay, man. I couldn't believe when I saw that. I was just like, oh, man. It shocked the hell out of me. I was really happy. I was really, really happy to see that. And where does this go? Where does this go to next? And that's the biggest question. Something tells me we might see new members in this Bloodline family that might maybe make their appearance on Money in the Bank. We might see that. We never know. That could be the case that we might be seeing it here. someone probably causing the Usos the matchup, and could be the new members of the Bloodline. That could be the case. The question is who. That's the biggest question. Who could it be? And wondering who would it be. That's the biggest question there that I'm really, 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 really invested to see of where this goes. So we'll see. But I mean, it shocked me, and then of course we heard the crowd, and people didn't see it. If you want to go back and you can look for it on social media, the off air, the fans were crazy. Shout out to the fans out there, of course, that were there. They pretty much chanted, "You deserve it" to Roman. It shocked me. It really, really shocked me for that, and it was crazy. It was really, really crazy to see that, seeing Paul Heyman crying, and Boer Solo. He was still outside hurt, I believe so. So this really, really impressed me, and I was really, really happy to see that. It was just wow. Also, what I liked about SmackDown, I'm liking the fact that we're seeing now Karrion Kross getting booked how he's supposed to get booked. Even though I'm an AJ fan, I'm an AJ Styles fan, but I like this. Why not? Why not invest in this storyline? It was good to see Scarlett Bordeaux wrestling finally. We haven't seen her in, wow. We can even go back to Lucha Underground. I mean, we really haven't. But it was great to see her finally be in the ring and with Mia Yim, and it was a great, intergender matchup. And you can see Karrion Kross with his new finisher as well, and everything else. I'm loving this new version of Karrion Kross. I'm glad he's getting the recognition that he deserves. And I'm glad, and especially that you're going to be with AJ Styles, that's even way better. So I'm kind of happy to see that. I am really invested of seeing where this goes, and I hope it goes into Money in the Bank, into a solid matchup. This was just a teaser for us. That's what I felt. I felt a teaser of that, and I'm really invested to see how far would it go. Another thing that I was invested was as well, of course, the Pretty Deadly, whatever the hell those tag team names. But it's good to see them now getting their recognition as well. They're getting up there. They're getting their tag team title shot against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I like that. At least we're now seeing the investment of the tag team division that we wanted to see, and we're getting that. And that's now the time that we could say we've been fighting for this for quite some time, to see the tag team division to get that push. And I'm kind of glad and I'm happy to see that. Another thing that what does this mean for Damage Control? Does this mean it's the end? Seeing that Bianca Belair kind of cost Io Sky the matchup against Selena Vega, which, by the way, shout out to Selena Vega. She's getting pushed very, very properly, and I'm so happy, excuse me, that she's getting pushed properly where she deserves. She deserves to get to that push, and I'm happy that she's getting that. And so is Santos Escobar. I just hope that the rest of the LWO gets that push. They deserve to get pushed that too, not just only Santos and Selena. But I'm happy to see that they're getting at least that push that we've been dying to see for, and we got it. Now we're getting that investment from them, and I'm happy to see that. At first, I would tell you that I was really fearful and doubtful of this LWO, of how far will they take it. But I'm assuming Papa H and Rey Mysterio they talked about of how they're going to invest it, and they absolutely invested so much of it that I was really, really happy to see that. So I'm looking forward to seeing this push. Could she be maybe the winner on Money in the Bank? I hope so. But we'll get into that hopefully next week. Before the event starts, we'll get into it. We'll do a little quick predictions of it. It'll be a quick one we will do, but I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to turn out to be. And SmackDown and Raw has become more invested, especially that we're heading into Money in the Bank. And seeing these push investment. So I'm looking forward. Now we got news now, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is the news of Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. As we all know, let's start with Drew McIntyre. As we all know, McIntyre, of course, in WWE had a little fallout out. Of course, because of his contract and in his booking, whatever everything, everybody was fearful and everybody was like, okay, are we gonna see this is the end? This is the end of McIntyre in WWE? And good thing is we did not get that. And now they agreed to come back. Biggest question is, will we see McIntyre the Money in the Bank? That's obviously that question's out. It's out. I don't think he's gonna be there. Maybe he'll interfere in the Roman Reigns match, maybe, or maybe the Seth Rollins ones. We don't know. But now we see Drew McIntyre is returning. We don't know where would he be and how would he be. And it's the same for Bobby Lashley. Now we know that he's going to be returning. He took time off, of course, for personal reasons. And now that he's back, we don't know how he's going to get booked. Are we going to see him get booked? And where is he going to get booked? And biggest question here is how they're going to book these two guys. Are they going to give them the title shots immediately? That is the biggest question that we have there. How would you book these guys? Comment anybody and let us know, how would you book Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley? Would you give them the title shots immediately? Who would you have face Roman Reigns here? Who would you have facing Roman Reigns? I honestly would like to have Bobby Lashley. I don't think we've seen Roman and Lashley one-on-one in quite some time. I would like to see that again. I would like to see Bobby Lashley get that shot. I hope he does. So, let's hope that he does, and we'll see. And, Drew McIntyre, I wouldn't mind him going back heel. And if we do see him going heel, why not with Seth Rollins? It'll be a great push for Rollins as a face, and a good push for McIntyre. Or give us. How about we get McIntyre and Gunther finally? We've been wanting to see that. We want to see. Excuse me, Drew McIntyre and Gunther. We want to see that match. Why not give Gunther a challenge for that Intercontinental Championship? Why not? Why the hell not?
Why would you play games with me?
I'm not playing games. That could be the case. I wouldn't mind to see that. Even Lashley with Gunther. Gunther needs that push as well. And mind you that he's trying to break the Honky Tonks Man record. This could be the opportunity for him to get that push with these matches, with either one of these guys, which I wouldn't mind to see. I would like to see more McIntyre and Gunther. I think that will be, wow. I will lose my mind of that, and it'll be hell yes. It would be a hell yes. That is for sure. Comment below, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think? Where will you book Bobby, Drew McIntyre? How would you book him? Would you book him? Who would you book him with Roman Reigns? Who would you book him with Gunther? That is the biggest question. So, right now, ladies and gentlemen, I am waiting for the director to come in, as he'll be joining me shortly, as we'll be talking for AEW shortly. But, before I'll continue here with WWE, and like I said, a lot of these, it's very, very invested to see what's going to happen with WWE. I'm loving where the direction is going. Let's see what J-Man got to say. Lashley getting a title shot immediately would be really just a throwaway. Drew would as well, if it's right away. Drew should get one later with Seth Rollins. I agree. That's why I feel maybe so. But also I want to see as well, I want to see them and Gunther. That's one thing I've been dying to see. We haven't seen that in, God, I don't know, in the indie scenes. It's been a long time. I wouldn't mind seeing that. The same with Lashley. I wouldn't mind seeing Lashley going after Gunther too. I would like to see Gunther get that push. I hope he does, but who knows? This is the biggest question. This is the biggest question there, J-Man, but I agree. I'm with you that too. Who knows? Excuse me. Oh, man, the coffee's coming in. But, yeah. Who knows? We'll see. And, like I said, I don't know what's going to be the next step for these two individuals. I'm glad at least to know that they're coming back. And I'm glad that they returned. And another thing, too, which I forgot to include here, Randy Orton. Another person that is on his way back. Looks like it's longer than we expected. Of course, the injury, it's the back. It's very, very, tragic to, hopefully not. We don't see Randy retiring, so we don't even know how's that going to turn out to be. And there's a big question there. I mean, where will we see Randy Orton in this? That is the big question there. Where will we see Randy Orton? How will we see Randy Orton? So I mean, that's a big question there. I don't. It's tough to see, these guys, and also don't forget Ed. Edge is on his way retiring, and he mentioned that he's going to go ahead and retire in Canada. And the biggest question is, when are we going to see that? Who's going to retire Edge? Well, meaning more his last match. It's not going to be his he loses, he retires. It's the biggest question. Where will we see Edge? And it goes likewise with these two individuals too. Where will we see the booking? I'm looking forward to seeing how these two individuals get booked, and I am very invested in how will they get booked. And I'm hoping they book them very well and getting the time where they deserve. But we want, obviously, of course, we do want at the same time the talents that we're seeing right now to continue with their push. I wouldn't mind seeing these two guys going heel. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens there. Let's see. Give Seth a good run. Eventually lose to Drew so he can finally get the world title run in front of the people. And then he eventually loses. Yeah, that could be the case too, Jay, man. I wouldn't mind that either. I wouldn't mind seeing Gunther and Drew McIntyre maybe WrestleMania next year. Gunther did say he wanted to main event next year. He doesn't care with who. So, I mean, that's very, very intriguing and investing to see. We don't know if that's going to turn out. That's really, really, really very, very true. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that too, Jay, man. I wouldn't mind seeing that matchup as well for Drew McIntyre if he gets a title run, which he does deserve to have one in front of a crowd. He hasn't got a one. So I hope he does. I really, really hope he does. So, I mean, who knows? Who knows how we're going to get this? And like I said, I've been, ladies and gentlemen, just waiting for the director to come in. But, of course, he is coming in a few minutes. I'm just waiting. Oh, come on, Chris. Hey, we got to hurry up because we got to talk about Dynamite here. But, yes, I know, ladies and gentlemen. I know that it's taking a little bit forever. So, I apologize for that. I know that normally I would have a lot more to say, but obviously I saved the rest for it. Of course, I'm just waiting for Chris to come in so we go ahead and talk about Dynamite. I'm just waiting for him to come in, but he should be coming in shortly. Just waiting for that. So, I mean, if you have any comments, any questions, comment below while I'm waiting for Chris. Trying to see, I just want to get, everybody's thoughts. What are your thoughts, especially with SmackDown and Raw? Where would you put the Bloodline? Who would you put in the Bloodline? Looking at the divisions, looking at everybody else, who else should be in the Bloodline? That's the biggest question there. Who should join Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa? Well, the biggest question here is, will we see Solo leaving? That is the biggest question. If we see Rikishi coming out, accompanying his sons, and then we see Solo looking at his father, and we see Rikishi telling Solo, hey, don't turn back on your sons. I mean, your brothers. Who knows? We might see that. We might see that. So who knows? We might see that or not. I mean, it's the biggest question there. So we'll see what happens there. And yes, he is here, ladies and gentlemen. He is here, ladies and gentlemen. That is
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, the man of the hour, on the hour, every hour. Here he is. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The director himself, the one and only Chris Kennedy. What is going on?
What's going on, man? I'm excited to be here on a Sunday morning talking about Dynamite from 92 hours ago.
Oh, yes. 92 hours of Dynamite. That's absolutely right. But, man, happy Father's Day, because I know you're a father of cats, and I mean your pets, everything else.
Yeah, I'm a cat dad. That counts, right?
Yeah, that does count. Absolutely.
Sure,
yes.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, you already know that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time because we're going to talk about it. You know what time it is. Because even the director said it. It was 96 hours, 92 hours ago. I believe so. But let's get into it.
Nick Nolte movies from the 80s.
It's time! It's time!
Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen, it happened, of course. Yes, 96 hours ago. Of course, we're going to talk about it, of course, before we even get into Collision, because we want to talk about this mainly. Especially because I can say that director Vid really, I'm telling you, he's a Nostradamus of this, because he called it right away. Especially, I was shocked that this was the first fucking match. Then the past was shocked the shit out of me. Was the AEW World Championship Eliminator matchup, but you did call it though. You did call it last week.
Adam Cole being the next feud, or
the next feud.
I called that too. But wow, did they have a title fight?
Break it down. What were your thoughts on this opening matchup?
Wow. They opened with a 5 Modelo match for sure. Anyone who thinks otherwise is wrong. You can go watch fucking WCW from 1996 if you don't like this shit. And anyone who thinks MJF can't wrestle is wrong. He's no longer using the Miz's angle where like I'm a champion, but I'll find my way to not wrestle. He's not doing that. He is wrestling and doing it on a Dynamite. We were blessed because we know that he's better than us and we know it. Fantastic match. Holy shit. So many things made sense at the end. And I was blown away by a couple things. So at the beginning of the match, they had said obviously 30-minute time limit,
right? And
I didn't think anything of it. But when I knowing how the match ended, I was like, oh, they said it. What they emphasized on it, I feel like a little bit more than usual. But I didn't pick up on that because I didn't think it would be contextual to the match,
right?
But how the match ended, I was like, oh. That makes sense now that why they made sure to make it a point that this had a time limit. Yes. And boy, oh boy, great use of the ref. Was it Bryce Remsburg was the ref for this?
I believe so. You're right. Yeah, I think it was Bryce Remsburg. Yeah.
Fan-fucking-tastic timing by him. He is the one that came. I'm the director, but he kept this match on the rails. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they have their in-ear monitors. I don't want to ruin the baseball for you. But somebody had to have been feeding him every single moment of that match because he was not looking exactly where he didn't need to look when he got laid out and they tried to pull the Eddie Guerrero move on him. And then he got up and then didn't look and gave Adam Cole the chance to use the belt. Spoiler alerts. He didn't look and see when MJF put on the diamond ring, but he knew and he was able to blindly stop the ring from being used. Loved that. But the end of this match, to time it as perfectly as you did, to have the 30-minute time limit bell ring at 2.999 like that is it makes me wonder if that was officially the absolute real 30 minutes or if they just rang it at whatever time that pin came, because it was so perfect and it got me. They got me. I was like, oh, fuck, they figured it out and they did it so clever. I was like, oh, wow, because Adam wasn't going to lose a pinfall. MJF wasn't going to lose a pinfall.
Oh, no.
And wow. Just this could have ended the night and they could have gone dark immediately. Yeah. And you would have been like, what the fuck? They could have completely hit the lights and been like, that's the end of the match. See you guys next week. I would have been like, God damn it. I would have loved that. But 5-star match across the board. Absolutely. I love the elbow, which I love that MJF is doing big spots and not playing the I'm a shitty champion who doesn't wrestle move. He's doing he's taking the risks. He's getting the moveset in. I think Adam Cole definitely injured his elbow on that because if you saw the way the elbow landed, literally went like this onto Adam Cole. And I'm like, dude, that could have broke his arm. That could have broke his anything. And he at least has a bruised bone, which can happen. And wow, just I don't even know what else happened this Dynamite besides that match, bro. Like I could rewatch that for sure.
I honestly, I don't think
I paused for 1 second for like 10 minutes right now. So like that's you're praising it, and I agree. I think this should have been the main event, honestly. And I thought it was going to be the main event. Honestly, thought it was going to be, the Hangbugs and
Black Hoop being the first matchup. But then this turned out to be the fucking first one. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I ain't mad at it. I love that they did this. I love that they did it.
But it makes sense though, because
it makes sense. It makes sense to guarantee your TV time remaining.
Right. Yeah.
So that does make sense. But also, I don't think that was the plan. I think the plan was to have it come out first and just fuck our day up perfectly. Just never opened with a shitty anything, and very rarely with a 20-minute Rock promo like old SmackDown did.
Yeah. But I mean, you called it the way how this match is going to continue now because of the way how it ended.
I wanted to.
Oh yeah,
there's going to be no time limit. I don't think it's going to be an Iron Man match because we just saw MJF beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it'll be. I have no idea. It could be like a Palm Beach match or some kind of Florida match, or like something that Adam Cole comes up with we've never seen before, or just a match, which I would love. But MJF always has some kind of trials, so I don't think it's going to be a vanilla match at all. What up, Clark Street? Chicago.
What up? That's right. Shout out to Clark Street, ladies and gentlemen, on Twitter watching us. Thank you so much, man. That's right. And of course, this is another one that, mind you, that I did go netty. I ain't gonna lie. I went netty because we finally get to see what we haven't seen, not even in WCW, and that is this one right here, the Sammy Guevara segment, of course, and then what's gonna happen? Nobody knew what was gonna happen. Of course, Darby came out. And then, congratulating him. He's going to be a father. Congratulations, Sammy. He's going to be having a girl. And then, of course, Jericho coming out. You stupid idiot. How come you never talk to me? Why you never talk to JAS? And, of course, Sammy and Jericho going at it. Then we see Sting coming out. And we haven't seen this. I actually lost my shit. I went netty because I haven't seen Jericho and Sting ever faced each other. Not even in WCW. I literally went back to see if they ever faced each other in WCW, and it never did. Ever.
Yeah, Sting and Jericho were in two different worlds at that point. Jericho was TV champion and lightweight champion. Sting was, up in the Wolfpack or fighting NWO. So they were completely two different worlds of script back then. Yeah, definitely a pay-per-view quality match, like for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, Justin. I completely agree. Tell me what I hate about Phil, man, is I say that on the daily. Like, I love that line so much. I just love that line. I hate that I had to give him props for that, Phil. Thank you.
But man, now are we gonna? It's funny because Jericho mentioned on his podcast, it's not just recently. He said, I don't think this ever will happen. I don't think him and I will ever, and I don't think he would want to waste his time to work with me. And it's fun, and I felt like, no, that's bullshit. This is all fucking kayfabe, and it was. Now we're getting it. Are we gonna get Jericho and Sting 1-on-1 here in AEW? If so, director, are you invested of that? And how would you book this match? Especially, take it away.
I don't hate this because we've never seen it before, and it's both guys in their third prime, or for Jericho, like his 9th prime or his 8th prime.
Right.
To be fair, Jericho never falls out of a prime. And Sting, having this still on this amazing resurgence where he's getting in the ring. He's basically New Jack at this point. Which I love. I love that he's New Jacking it up and introducing himself to a bunch of kids of fathers on Father's Day who, grew up watching Sting through the eras. And even older than that, I'm sure there's grandpas that grew up on the Blade Runners. So, I was around back then, and I'm not a grandpa, so it's all good. I like this. This is a configuration we haven't seen yet. This is something fresh, essentially. We're not seeing the same old. This isn't like Jazz versus Best Friends or the Elite. Or the Elite versus Black House or House of Black. So, yeah, I'm cool with this. Where is Sammy's loyalty lies? Is it going to lie with who got him to the dance, or is it going to lie with himself, who's going to get him to the next stage of his life?
Right.
That is the story going on here. I'm speaking, predicting it now that Sammy is not only he's going to use Darby and Sting's help a little bit, but he's going to turn on them. But then he's also going to turn on Jericho and do it his own way. He's going to kind of do a Ricky Starks thing where he don't need nobody. And that would be kind of cool. That would be the big face turn for him to get to the top, is to abandon all allies and say he finally wants to do it on his own because he's always been associated with somebody.
So we're going to see Sammy going face, and he's going to go solo.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to want to do everything on his own now. He's always been in Jericho's shadow. He was in Inner Circle. He was in Pinnacle. He was in Jazz. He was in any version of Jericho in AEW since he's debuted.
I think man agree with you too. You look at his shit.
Yeah, I think he's going to lay out Darby. Then people are going to be like, Jericho's going to celebrate, and then he's going to lay out Jericho.
That could be.
I would love that. As much as I love Jericho, I don't. Whatever Jericho does is the right answer, obviously. So that's what I want to happen.
And not only that, what also what could have happened as well was, let's say they do book this as a tag match, first of all, right? Maybe that could be the beginning of it. And then we're gonna get, Jericho and Sting by one-on-one. And this is what I feel like maybe we could see the end of Sammy leaving, him just walking out on Jericho. It's like, you know what, screw you. I'm not gonna be, costing Sting the match. The hell with you, and him walking away. That'll be something too from there. So there's a lot of scenarios, especially like you mentioned. All of that could work, and I'm curious how they're gonna do it though. I mean, if they could do it the way how you said it, or they could do it, with this too, because we've been dying to see this match with Jericho and Sting. So I mean, like, maybe this could be the direction too. Who knows? It's a big question.
Right.
Oh, shut up. What's going on, Courtney? Appreciate you, sister. Yes.
Courtney Holland in the house. What up, bro?
Right. What's going on? Courtney? Appreciate you, sis, tuning in. And of course, we do got with that happening. Of course, the matchup happened right next. Mongol Embassy versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Orange Cassidy and Keith Lee. For God's sakes, he did not came out with the fuck.
Ooh,
did he? Good. Oh, good. No, it's all good. I got my coffee here too.
Yeah, Target brand.
I'm just glad I didn't see Keith Lee with a damn wizard fucking coat, shit around him. Thank God I didn't see that. He needs to change that fucking gimmick. I'm sorry, Keith Lee. That Wizard of Oz shit is not working out for you. But this match was really good. It was good to see Darby flying out, see Orange Cassidy. It was good. It's crazy to see Orange Cassidy tagging with with Sting and Darby. And Keith Lee to be in part of this too. So it's one thing I'm happy though. I'm happy that at least shout out to Brian Cage. He's getting booked now. How we've been wanting him. We've seen him in the Indies. We see how he's been booked, and I'm happy he's getting booked. How I am, because I seen him in the Indies, and he is finally getting booked when he's getting booked, even though he's not getting picked properly. I know, director. Hey, I know you got a lot to say, but I'm at least happy he's getting some TV time at least. That's the only thing I will say. But other than that, this match was solid. It was great. Good to see it. It just, I don't know. This Mongol Embassy, I can't tell you that I'm invested, to be honest. I just can't. I can't see Swerve Strickland with this. I just can't. I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not invested. You got to get somehow invested in this fucking, this faction. I don't know, director. You tell me. What are your thoughts on the match? And break it down.
There's a lot to unpack, but I'll do it quick because I don't want the segment. I don't want our segment to last longer than their segment. First of all, this is technically not Mogul Embassy, even though it's listed as such. This is the Kingdom with Swerve Scott, correct?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Mogul Embassy is Swerve. That
Swerve.
dude from TNA, and then that baseball guy that fucked up his face.
Yeah, I forgot what was his fucking name. I know he's talking about too.
Tretch.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
His real name's like Brandon Vasper. He's a baseball player who, go look him up. He went through some shit definitely because about 3 years ago he did not look like that. And I'm not judging tattoos, but something has to happen for you to go from no tattoos to fully face tats. So I think I don't know if Mogul Embassy combined with Kingdom. Is that what that happened? Or is this?
I don't know. It's all I know is that Prince Nana combined these two guys. I mean, these three guys with Swerve.
Swerve runs Mogul Embassy, who is Swerve in those two big dudes.
Yeah, but I think
I didn't hate that. I like that as like a trio, which was cool because they had like Death Row vibes to it for me.
Yeah.
But this is all factions wrestling. So it's a little confusing when you try to figure out like what team is what team. Is the firm with the Mogul, like who's who, where are the lines drawn in the teams? And then as far as like the face side of things go, it's basically what face guys do we need to book to get on TV? It's like, okay, so Sting and Darby really don't have any reason to be in this other than Orange is feuding with Swerve. Keith is for the title. Keith is feuding with Swerve for whatever reason. Decent enough match. I don't agree with you on the booking because Brian Cage took another pin loss.
I know that, but I'm just saying on TV
like
time.
12 in a row on TV. There's 12 in a row on TV for sure.
Yes.
Shout out to Brian Cage dressing like, as I mentioned, Sting from the Blade Runners, the original outfit. I love that. That was a little Easter egg that Excalibur had to bring up because y'all too young to know who the fuck that was. Give Orange like another couple months, but I think the angle is that he's physically getting exhausted and he needs to lose the title for him to remain sane. And losing it to Swerve would make plenty of sense, and I would not hate that. If it's going to be to anybody, Swerve would be the choice for me.
I'd agree. I wouldn't mind to see Swerve actually winning the international championship from Orange.
Right.
I can't
think of a second better choice for sure.
Right now, to see this roster, really, we can't. I mean, we did see, of course, the second one happen, which I'm very quick. I mean, we did see, of course, Zack Sabre Jr. challenging him, of course, for the international title now at Forbidden Door, which we're going to see that. So I'm looking forward to see how that match is going to be. I mean, we did see Orange and Will Ospreay last year. That was a fucking awesome match. Now this year we could see a good one was Zack Sabre Jr. So we don't know how that got turned out to be, but that's another time. Probably that's next week because we're heading into that prediction anyways next week for Forbidden Door anyways.
Right.
Another matchup that I was I'm sorry. But we'll get into Collision. But other than that, Wardlow defended the TNT Championship against Jake Hager. Which shout out to Jake Hager. He did took a lot of that powerbomb. Jesus, I didn't think he was going to powerbomb Jake Hager like that. I did not expect it, honestly. I did not. I think this was going to be like a roll-up pin. I thought that's what was going to win, but did not surprise. It surprised me how Wardlow won and clean, I guess you could say, to Jake Hager. It is weird that we didn't see nobody accompanying Jake Hager like that. That's what really true.
Jazz. I mean, the hat. Yeah, the hat. He loves that hat.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's probably the only thing that has only the hat has accompanied him. Who knows? But man, what are your thoughts about this TNT title match? And break it down, brother. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, the match wasn't really the story. The story was getting a defense to Wardlow. And, I mean, yeah, they did technically job out a former world champion, which is a wild sentence. But that does kind of, it's supposed to bump Wardlow up a little bit. And no one's going to remember. If there's a resurgence of Jake Hager, they're never going to come back to this match and say, but he got jobbed out to Wardlow. Mm-hmm. The story of this match was getting this match out of the way, and then the backstage where they attacked Arn again, and we're going to get something with Luchasaurus and Wardlow. That storyline is not over. I don't know where it's going. If it's not to Luchasaurus winning the belt, which again would bring back the hot potato theory about that belt. We're going to
get into Collision. Wait till we get to Collision. I'll tell you. So I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'll tell you.
Right, yeah, because I did not watch it. I didn't have time. I had to watch actual fights last night, so I don't know how to talk about that one. Yeah, that's it. The story was just moving on to Luchasaurus probably challenging for this belt, and poor Jake Hager had to be the victim of this.
Oh yeah, I know, definitely. I mean, let's see. Yes. Oh, happy Father's Day to you, my brother. Appreciate you. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Trapper Chief. Devin is a father, of course, as well. Happy Father's Day, brother. Yes, absolutely. All right, and then we get the AEW Women's Championship. Of course, Toni Storm versus Sky Blue. And I know Soraya's on vacation. That's why she hasn't been around. But, man, I did not expect Ruby Soho and Toni Storm spray fucking can her mom. She took it like a champ. I'm telling you that right now. I was really shocked and surprised that she took it like a woman like that. Like, I was like, Jesus, for her to take it that way. But this match was pretty solid. I'm happy to see Sky Blue getting the push that she's getting the push. And now we're getting to see that more. And, shout out to her. This was actually a really good match. I'm kind of happy to see now more Toni Storm, the heel Storm that we've been wanting to see, and her being, the AEW Women's Champion. I'm loving it. I'm invested. I like it. I really like it, and I hope it continues and her reign can last for quite some time. But this match was solid. I enjoyed it. I just shout out to her, Sky Blue's mom, for taking the fucking spray can. Jesus Christ. All that shit. One thing I want to say, Sky Blue kind of did fucked up on throwing herself towards him. Yeah, it was a little botch right there.
The suicide dive to the other two?
Yeah.
She works 6. I love her. I'm looking no wrong right now.
Yeah.
I'll
Go
wait
ahead,
till
break
you're
it down.
done. No, I love that they're giving her TV time on not just like Dark or whatever. Sky Blue is an up and comer. She's charismatic. She's kind of got a little bit of the Rocky Maivia thing going for her, which that's fine. She's totally stoked to be there, and I love that for her. I do love that she just wears like Nikes to the ring or something, or Converse. That's awesome and wild, and fuck your ankles up every day. And that died. That was fine. It did the damage it needed to do. She was protecting her mom, and she's probably seeing blue at the time. And I do love that she's in this. She's in the title picture. She's literally only been wrestling. She's like 19. She's been wrestling for like 2-3 years, and she is in the title picture. That is amazing. I love that they're taking that chance, and I don't think there's any reason they shouldn't.
Yeah, I totally agree. But it was not a bad match. It was actually solid. I actually enjoyed
the match itself. The story wasn't the match. The story was the loser angle with the spray paint and all that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that because the match itself was pretty good, and she did hit that. I mean, essentially, it's just spinning driver. It's not. It's like a totally normal move. She just happens to hit it. Right? She just happens to hit it from a 90-degree angle, which is all you have to do to make something your own. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was cool. I mean, it was a good segment. It was awesome. It was a good match, excuse me. And then I don't want to get too much into the segments because it was, like I said, next week. We did get the segments, of course, which I forgot to mention. MJF is now Tanahashi's challenging him for the belt. We saw that. And now it's official. First, he's like, nope, I don't want it. Screw you, Tony Khan. He said that, no. But for Tony Khan doesn't give a damn. He booked it. And, of course, we did see that Sonata put his IWGP World Heavyweight title on the line, went open challenge, and Jungle Boy answered and telling Hook, would you be my friend about coming to me on the side? Could you? And just Hook, like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, okay. So we're getting that, which, like I said, next week we're going to get into that for sure, the whole card. That's going to be interesting to see. Main event time. Of course, we got Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite, which is called Hangbucks. I I know you got something to say about this shit. I know you do.
I'm trying to think of anything better than Hangbucks.
No.
Young Man's? No.
Is it Young Man? I don't even know what the fuck to record.
I don't know. I can't think of anything better, but I definitely can't think of anything worse. Like, it's definitely supposed to be ironic, and that's fine. So whatever.
And this match was, it was okay. I wouldn't. It was good to see Hangman and Moxie started off. It just, for me, it was good. It was good overall. I actually did enjoy it. Good to see Hangman, and what really shocked me was good to see them coming out all them dressed as cowboys. That's when what the hell, and to see we're seeing now the old school Hangman that we used to saw when they were the Elite in the beginning, when they all came in together. Remember that? We're seeing that old version of Hangman Page. This was awesome. I actually really enjoyed it. Of course, the Elite would win, and then of course we did see the attack right after. Then Konosuke Takeshita came out, and then we saw Kenny Omega coming out, attack Konosuke Takeshita, and then Will Ospreay made his appearance, beat the hell out of Kenny Omega, and the crowd went fucking nuts. I went nuts when I saw. I love Will Ospreay. I'm a big fan of Will Ospreay. I don't give a damn what everybody says. That man deserves to be anywhere where he wants to be. But man, I really enjoyed this main event. Even though, like I said, I thought it was going to be the MJF and Adam Cole one, but I was happy that I opened one, so it doesn't matter. So this Dynamite was not bad at all. It did really open up a lot because we're a week away from fucking Forbidden Door, so they have to do all this shit now, booking especially for that. And man, it's just there's a lot of shit happening, man. So I mean, give us your thoughts, director. What were your thoughts about this main event and the aftermath as well?
Yeah, the match. I don't think the story of the match was what was inside the ring for at least the match itself. It was Bryan Danielson on commentary and bringing up the statistic that Blackpool Combat Club is never lost as long as Bryan is in the match.
Right.
And they did not bring up, but I know for a fact that every time they lose, it's Wheeler getting pinned. And that's what happened again here. And we already know Brian's thoughts on the little shit. And I don't know if that's what they're running with, but that's what those are the seeds that I feel are being planted. I think that should have been Daniel Garcia 100% since the beginning. And strange decision to put Wheeler in there, but I mean, whatever. And as far as Will Ospreay coming in, hitting the hidden blade on Kenny, I think they're going to have to do 50-50 booking. What's up, Jocko?
What's going on, Jocko?
At Forbidden Door. I don't see Kenny winning. He beat him at the Wrestle Kingdom, correct? He beat Will Ospreay?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I think Kenny's going to take that loss. I don't think they're going to have Kenny go 2-0 against Will Ospreay when you're trying to build up a guy like that. I think that it's finally time Will gets that coveted win.
I agree. I think it's.
I hope he doesn't kick out. I hope he doesn't kick out of the One Winged Angel though. Only one or two people have ever done that, and I don't like it when that happens. But I definitely want to see him counter it with like some cutter or something.
I think the only one that ever did it was Okada and
Jericho.
Oh, that's right, Jericho. I fucking forgot
feel
about
like
that.
I feel like Jericho was the other one.
Was it Jericho? I think you're right. I think
Check that for me. I'm going to Google it, but I feel like it was both of them. But
I know it was Okada.
If anyone, it was definitely Okada. Who's kicked out of the One Winged Angel?
Oh, yeah, so what are you looking for? Yeah, so once again,
Only
shout out to
two
King.
people. It all says only 2 people as of December 11th. And all right. Oh, not Shibata.
Okada, right?
No, yeah, Okada. Well, the first one they're showing. Oh, that's an official kick out. That's fucking homie from Golden Lovers, the other one.
Oh, Abuda.
Abuda Kakoshi.
Yeah.
Who was the other one? The other one was on Dynamite. Is that Jericho?
Wait, who was it? Was it Jericho?
Was it Paige? Was it Paige?
Was it Paige?
I can't tell by these shorts. I think it was Paige. No, it's got.
That's a good question.
Oh, it was Kenny. Kenny kicked out of it when he gave it to him. They got me, bro. I gotta laugh about that one. Did you see what I was looking at? I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. My head is not in a good place right now. I can't figure out whose pants these are. I was like, he has black hair, and the other guy is definitely Hangman gave it to Kenny, and Kenny kicked out. It's Kenny and Ibushi.
Oh yeah, Ibushi. Yeah. So
God damn it! They told me. Okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh man, shout out JD. What's going on, Russell Brett? I appreciate you. Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. See what Justin got to say. Intrigued and confused with the. Oh, that's right. I forgot that Eddie Kingston came out. I forgot about that. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. That was cool. I'd love to see where that guy goes.
That's a quick. Okay, that's where I want to know. You think he might join? BCC or do you?
No, fuck no.
You're like, hell no.
He's a loner, and I mean, besides the Death Triangle, but like he never was in Death Triangle. It wasn't Death Quadro, or whatever square is. The Rock wins Royal Rumble match next year. 20. You are way ahead of us on that one, but that would be awesome. That was what was supposed to happen this year, and they couldn't come to terms for some reason. I think there's a movie being made.
Yeah. And we might see that because he's going broke, since we already know what's going on.
That shit's some bullshit. I don't want to get into some political bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
He's getting reamed, and it shouldn't. He's getting Amber Heard to his Johnny Depp for sure.
I'm with you.
Totally yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, back to Dynamite. Yeah, yes. I think maybe Takeshita takes out Wheeler, like he replaces Wheeler. That to me would establish Blackpool. I would take Blackpool so much more seriously.
Oh man, I don't see Kingston joining. I hope he doesn't. He doesn't fit. He does not fit with the Blackpool.
He can't. First of all, based on the morals and the standards of wrestling that Brian has for the group, Eddie is none of those things.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Eddie's a bad wrestler, but the technical standard of, him and Mox used to be boys. We had that storyline. I did like that. They may be able to work that into some kind of feud somehow. I feel like they squashed their little lovers tiff a couple years back.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see if he's coming out to fight Blackpool or just to help his friends. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Brian Cook, man. What's going on, man? Hey, if not the rare kickouts, Kenny's finisher along with the Burning Hammer would have been the most overpowered in wrestling history. It's fine, Brian. This is cool. I know you're reading this. Yes. Appreciate you very much for saying Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
For sure.
And I know if you're a father too, Brian Cook, Happy Father's Day to you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you very, very much. All right, the people that everybody's been waiting for, it's here. I know people.
You get to tell me what happened because I did not get to
I'll
watch
tell
Collision.
you. That's fine.
I'm going to do my best to react to non-footage, so bear with me.
That's fine. It's cool. But it's time to get into it, ladies and gentlemen. AEW Collision that happened 24 hours ago as a debut. Of course, JR mentioned in the comments he made it late because he injured himself, had a black eye. And so it was Kevin Kelly and Nigel McGuinness who commentated majority of the show until, of course, why am I surprised that Jim Ross came in and fucking talked about the main event? I am not surprised about that. But before we actually get into the overall, I'm not going to get into detailed match. I'm not going to get into each match, but I'll break down what I need to break down for the director. But I want to get into this first before we even get into it. So we saw this man is officially signed. Jimmy Jacob left Impact. He's now a writer for AEW. Bryan Danielson is now also for Collision's writer as well. We already know Ace Steel's working behind at home. A weird one. And now somebody was backstage to surprise me, and that is Chris Hero. He was there.
No!
Yep, he was there. Now, he is the next one who might get hired as a writer. So be expecting that. And I want to ask you, director, first of all, the writers that we have right now, besides Punk, I mean, I know Punk is fucking, so we already know that. But I know that Brian, Ace Steel, and Jimmy Jacobs now, who's not part of the team. And would you get Hero to be part of the team as well? Is he the next one in line to be a writer? And how would you take that? And would you book Chris Hero to compete and be on television, or have him continue to be behind, backstage, be the writer? What are your thoughts of these writers so far? And are you invested? And would you be invested in Chris Hero coming to AEW?
I didn't watch Collision to have an opinion if the writers are exclusive to that show, so I don't have an opinion on them, and I don't know their previous work. As well as with Chris Hero, I don't know what he's written for before that I've experienced. And as far as him getting back in the ring, is that one of the questions?
That too.
I don't hate Chris Hero at all. I didn't mind him in NXT. I think he went the way of Dominic Dijakovic, where they didn't know how to use him. And then he kind of just bounced. I think something happened with his contract where he just kind of left or something, and he tried to get back in the Indies, and then he was like out for a while. He may have retired. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Hero's always over. He's over everywhere. I think he's like one of those like just long-term faces, dating all the way back to like PWG and shit. So, and he was in a pretty big faction, right? Was he with like CM Punk or something?
I believe he was. I don't know. I don't know. Was this I think it was Ring of Honor days. I think it was.
Yeah, he was like. I think he was It was at least closely associated with a clique, for sure. So I have no reason not to see him in the ring, and I just have to watch Collision to know whether or not I like the writing.
Oh yeah, I think I'm with you too, because I have to. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a great debut. Of course, I'll tell you what happened. Obviously, we fucking just get into it. Might as well. I mean, shit. Might as well get into that shit. All right, let's bring up Collision. So this is what we have right here. There you have it. The recap of it. Of course, the opening was CM Punk coming out. Right there, if you see right below me, CM Punk came out. I'll just take that off so you can see CM Punk came out. Talked about, oh yeah, I'm the star, I am the star, and all this bullshit, and how people.
If you were the star, you would be on Dynamite,
Exactly. Thank you. That's why I love you for you saying that. Man, when you have the chance, go back and watch that shit, because, man, I know people are saying, and it was honestly, a lot of people are saying that it was a good debut. Yes, Brian said Collision was awesome last night. It felt, it did feel like a whole WCW Saturday night worldwide. It did feel that way, and like Shotgun Saturday night in a way. And of course, Hero and Claudio were there. You go. Thank you, Justin. Claudio and Kasanogi and Chris Hero were tag teams. I forgot about that. Yes, and Collision was a very good show.
Thank you, Justin. You were just in time with that, man.
Yes, absolutely.
I gotta hit you with a little Just Incredible.
But we saw CM Punk opening up the course. He opened up the show, sending these back. He was carrying some shit. I don't know what the fuck. He was carrying a bag filled with something. I don't know. maybe a championship belt, which I'm assuming everybody thought it could be maybe the AEW title that he, didn't return. A lot of people are saying this could be maybe the AEW Collision title. Maybe he's going to be just a Collision champion. Who knows? We don't know because he did not reveal it. Oh, I know that he came out with a pair of shoes, that he's back, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I wasn't impressed. Didn't really get me. Yes, the crowd went crazy. Of course, because they were in Chicago, so it's his hometown, CM Punk. So everybody went nuts for that. And, of course, a lot of, good matches we see. I mean, I honestly, you have to go back and when you have the opportunity, you have to see the return of Andrade versus Buddy Murphy. That match was awesome. That match was insane. Just seeing Andrade here, they both hurt the shit out of each other. There was a moment that he did a hurricane on Buddy Murphy outside the ring. Andrade landed on his shoulder, kind of fucked up his shoulder. Buddy kind of fucked up his knee.
That's how he lost the belt to Drew. That's literally the same injury to Drew. I don't know what side it was on that one, but I know it was a shoulder injury.
This one was the left one that he fucked himself up in this one, and they still won with the match. Even though the match was good. Let's see what justice, but it was okay. I felt like he was going. Yes, he did go around in circles. He didn't even have much to say. Trust me, once Chris sees it, he's gonna feel the same.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're gonna feel the same direction. But this honestly, I feel the match that really was really good to me was Andrade and Buddy Murphy. That match was awesome. It was great to see that Andrade came out by himself, and of course, one of the things too that it shocked the world, buddy, but it didn't shock me. I was happy. Was the win that Andrade got against Buddy. You know how he won? I'm going to pull the picture for you, director, so you can see how he won. And it's right here. What the hell? The figure 4.
Figure 8, twice as great. Love it. Love it. Does this mean, is this a thing? Is this a thing that they're going to let us think this is going to happen? Because there's no fucking way she's coming over. There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no way. There's like literally no way. There's no way. Like, I'm not saying that it's not possible. It is not possible.
No.
There's not a reality in the world where she comes over. But then Ric Flair left. He was WWF champion. He went to WCW, and then he came back. Anything is possible, but I almost don't want it. I want her to be the John Cena, the Rock of WWF. I want her to be the glory girl, the one that stayed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
The one that didn't jump back and forth. I would love that to be Charlotte. And there's also so many other athletes over there that haven't done that yet or at all.
Yeah.
But I want her to be the number one. So,
but it was awesome to see Andrade back. It was.
Did they make a reference? They're like, "Oh, that looks familiar," because they do that sometimes.
They I think Kevin Kelly made the reference because this whole entire commentating was really more, Kevin Kelly and Nigel.
Jim Ross are former writers and shit and commentators. Yeah.
Jim Ross didn't come into the fucking main event because he heard.
That's fine.
Whatever,
he does that.
Which
is
fine. Yeah, but it was awesome to see that. I mean, it was fucking incredible to see. Andrade back, the whole crowd. Oh my god, the whole crowd even went insane. Everybody was like, "Ole, ole, ole, ole!" They actually did that shit. That would impress me. And seeing the fan, especially like the Mexican flag out there, really got to me. Like right there, like, that motherfucker has a Mexican flag.
Yeah, he has full blown. He has like the state national flag size too. That's a beautiful flag.
And when you have the opportunity to watch it, that front row was nothing but cheering Andrade the whole fucking time. They were hyping Andrade up, and when you see Andrade's face, he was so happy, kind of wanted to smile, but he couldn't. He held himself not to smile. He was so happy that he was there. And I know that you mentioned about Charlotte. But I think we could see Ric Flair fucking be there. I think Ric Flair could accompany Andrade. What tripped me out was what really got to me is where was the rest of where was Rush? Where was the Jose guy? Where were they? And they weren't around. So I guess they didn't want to take away that moment from them. And let's see in the comments. He just said it. Both commentators called it the figure 8. See, they did call it. Yep, they did call it right there. And Brian said even though Andrade is bigger, the way Charlotte figure 8 makes it look more powerful.
Well, Charlotte's obviously more flexible, so she can get the arch, but I'm sure his is stronger, so he can get the power.
Yep. See, like even Brian said, the fans in front row were lit. Yes, they were. They were fucking awesome.
When is it? Does this obviously films the same way? No, I know, but the filming of this takes place at the Dynamite, like the once a week filming.
No, they didn't.
No, this is its own filming, right? Because this was in Chicago. This wasn't wherever, Florida or whatever the fuck.
It was in Chicago.
Fuck, you're right. So this is a completely separate filming.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2-hour show or 1 hour show?
It was 2 hours. I thought it was going to be 1 hour, so it's 2 hours.
This is the SmackDown to Raw.
Yeah. Technically,
okay,
right.
So this isn't a lesser brand. This is an equal brand. I'm into that. I like that.
Yeah.
So we still have Rampage, but we don't have Elevator Dark, or Elevate's only on YouTube and no more Dark.
No more Dark. They got rid of Dark, I believe. Yeah,
okay, so we still have Rampage.
We still have Rampage, Dynamite,
and Elevate is on YouTube.
Yes, we still have one shows on YouTube.
All right.
They got rid of one of them. So I mean,
it was either Dark or Elevate. So
I think Dark. I think they got rid of Dark. Yeah,
I like this. This is cool. I like that. It's not going to be independent rosters except for CM Punk and Ace Steel and the writing team. Yeah, it was here, and the other collision was in Canada. Okay, cool. The other collisions after that will, Brian. So all collisions going forward will be in Canada, or just the next one?
He said it was here in Chicago. Collision will happen in Canada. Okay, yes.
The other collisions, so it's going to be a Canadian exclusive. Dark and Elevation are gone.
Okay. So they're both gone.
So that makes sense. So that's the 2 hours. So now they can actually have two different production teams, I guess.
This.
So going to two different spots to record.
They got rid of it. So
there you go. Whatever. I like this more. I would rather them spend 80% more on 20% more quality product.
Yeah. No, yeah. I totally agree. And I was, they're gonna tour that shit around with Collision. So I mean, because they're going to Forbidden Door next weekend anyway, so that's what they're gonna do it in Canada. That's a fact. So that makes absolute sense. And here's the news that I'm gonna show it to you. I'm just gonna show you
something I don't know. Hold on, let me fit that tea, bro.
Here you go. I'll let you get that tea. I'm gonna take a swig of it.
Oh, it's so good. All right. So something I don't know. I didn't see anything on Dynamite. I didn't see anything on Instagram. So this is exclusive to me.
And I'm gonna show you the picture because we have a new TNT champion, Luchasaurus. Right.
I'm doing the Jim Halpert face from The Office.
I know that you were like, "What the fuck?" I know you were. Damn. No, you were.
What's the point of the goddamn belt?
Thank you.
No one keeps it longer than 6 weeks.
Thank you.
It's not the U.S. This isn't the U.S. This is the hardcore belt. It's not the U.S. belt. It's not the Intercontinental belt.
That's why you see it right there on top of me, Christian holding the belt, because he fucking cost the match. He's the one that pretty much he hit Wardlow with a camera.
I'm still gonna watch the show.
I know. I'm just saying it. Yeah, you're gonna watch it though. So look, Christian was celebrating the whole fucking time. He's like, fucking, I'm celebrating.
He gets that manager's 10%. He gets that finder's fee.
So now we have Luchasaurus as the fucking TNT champion. He defeated fucking Wardlow. I was like, what the fuck? And seeing Christian celebrating with the belt, and he walked away with the belt while Luchasaurus was walking behind him, like, what the fuck? Give me the belt. Did not give up the fucking belt at all. Oh, Jesus. You have to see it. Oh, you're definitely going to have to see it. And I was shocked. I didn't. Okay, this is a picture that I want to put up. Let me just download. I want to show you this. Because this is where you're going to be like, hell no. There's no fucking way. And I'm telling you, this is where fucking Christian took it most of the fucking time. So,
yeah, whatever. Just
right there, you see. Look at that shit. Wow. Christian was just taking the hype the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that's why he's the most hated man in the business.
No, yes, he is. And a smart one.
Yeah, just if they keep the belt on Lucha for like 6 months, that'll help me out. That's all I need. I just need a long-term run that matters. That's it. And that belt does not have that since like fucking, I don't even think Joe had a longer than a month run on it.
You're right. Yeah, I think so.
Like it's just not been viable as a prestigious belt.
Oh, New Jersey. Okay. Thank you, Brian. Now we know. Thanks. I guess they're going to go around for sure then.
Okay, cool. So it's not just America. I mean Canada. It sounded like you thought. All right, cool.
There you go. Yes. And of course we had the return of Miro, if you see him right there on your top of you, as he faced Tony Nese. It was good to see Miro, and the crowd went crazy. Miro looks like he lost weight. He did lose weight, that's for sure. And it was good to see Miro back and having that matchup that he did against Tony Nese. And of course, there you go. What a way to do it.
The accolade, yeah.
The accolade, yes. And way how to finish it, man. Miro still got it. The crowd got insane. I was hyped for him. I was really happy. I was extremely happy to see Miro there. Of course, we just see the Acclaim. You will love the Acclaim one. I'll tell you that right now because Tony Schiavone got involved in that. It's Scissor Me Daddy. So you got to see that. I'm looking for that picture, but you got to see it.
I'm definitely
you got to watch that.
Guaranteed.
And then, of course, Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue, they faced the Outcast. And, of course, they got the win with the spray.
The Outcast one? Okay. Makes
sense. They lost. So, I mean, the Outcast lost. And this is because why? Because right there, Willow Nightingale caused Tony Storm right there. The causes a sprayed on that. And, of course, Sky Blue hitting their finisher on Ruby Soho and got the win. So cool. Good for them.
I like that. Like I said, they're pushing the right people in the right direction.
Yes.
And they're using yeah, literally that's not, you're not wrong, Brian.
You're not wrong, Brian.
So the term enhancement talent is originally used as the jobber rookie is used to enhance the veteran. That's what that term means and is what it meant. Now, what I think AEW is getting pretty good at doing is the enhancement talent now are the veterans who are enhancing the up-and-comers in situations like this, and I'm for it. I love it.
Thank God, and thank you for pointing it out because we're finally get to see that. Because if we go back from the beginning of fucking this, we really didn't see that much in the beginning of it.
I mean, we didn't see it wasn't as bad as 1995 WWF.
I agree.
It was never that bad. And we get cool things. We get like Jericho losing to Andrade Nightshade or whatever the fuck his name was. I forget that guy, the dude. Who's that guy that debuted and like beat Jericho in his first match like 2 months ago?
Fuck. Who the fuck was it? I know it's
Andrade Almas or something.
Action Andrade.
Action Andrade. Yeah, that guy. I was close. I was so close. Like, that was cool. That wasn't Kevin. That was bigger than Kevin Owens over John Cena, in my opinion. So we still get those moments. We're not getting a whole lot of jobs. We're not getting like Hogan beating the shit out of everybody because his contract says so. So AEW has never made me feel like they're badly booking rookies out of the egos of the headliners.
And good point from Brian. What he says, yeah, Sky has gotten so much better from when she got to AEW, and she was great with Willow. Yeah.
Because they're constantly training. They're training on the job. They're training in the ring, and they're training on TV, and they're training in main events. And she's in a major title picture, and she was in 2 co-main events in a week. So they're getting the time and the practice where it needs to be, and I'm here for it. Yeah,
I'm here for it too, and I'm happy for that. And it was awesome, it was good to see the women, and I'm just wondering where the hell's Saraya? I know she's on she's on vacation. So I mean, I'm hoping we get to see her as back and see how they're gonna book it and see where they're gonna book her. We'll see. I mean, we'll have to wait and see how they're gonna do it. And so Jesus, man, it's about that time to get into the fucking main event. All right, now let's get into the main event. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about it. This is what we got right here. You see right there, there's Punk. There's Punk.
And there's Sweet Tooth.
Yes. Okay, so yes, for sure, we are.
And no, you're all good. You're all good. I got like 7 minutes left or less.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry. But yeah, so there you go. CM Punk, Samoa Joe, of course, it kind of started it off. That was kind of a matchup. Everybody was like, damn, we haven't seen that shit since Ring of Honor. Of course, we haven't seen that since Ring of Honor days. And of course, good to see Jay White in the ring, of course, with Punk. And man, I didn't expect Joe almost had Punk right here. I was like, what the fuck? Is this getting close? No way. I did not expect that. And of course, CM Punk and his boys got the win, so we already know that, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, there you have it. So CM Punk pinned Juice Robinson. We called it I said it last week. I said it. He was going to pin not Jay White, Samoa Joe. He pinned Juice Robinson. Of course, FTR hit the finisher.
They call that the fall guy. Like
the fall, yes.
Just like Wheeler Yuta, he's a fall guy.
If you go back and watch it, trust me, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Because Juice took a lot of bumps from FTR and from Punk. He took a lot of bumps. So when you see that, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, okay." So there, I mean, there's the win. I mean, obviously you saw it in the right bottom, CM Punk, his win. I would love to get your thoughts once you see it, but all I can tell you is the crowd was happy. They were stoked. And
yeah, it was a fan service. They're in Chicago. FTR, I know, are from the Midwest. I don't know specifically Chicago, but I know they're from Tornado Alley, that area. Chicago, CM Punk already has 2 losses in Chicago. He's not going to re-debut and hang out with his friends and with the champions and take that L. So this is totally okay with me as far as like, if I'm going to be forced to watch Phil on TV and you're going to write decent stories, this isn't the worst.
No, yeah, I absolutely agree. So we'll see how this is going to turn out next Saturday. So before we go, ladies and gentlemen, there you go for next week's Dynamite. There's the card. Of course, Orange Cassidy and Shibata versus Daniel Garcia, Zack Sabre Jr., Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki, which I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he getting this team? Versus Action Andretti, Darius Morton, AR Fox. We do see Jeff Jarrett. He challenged Mark Briscoe, which shout out to Rampage. If you guys did not see it, go back and see it because Rev Audrey fucking hit Jay Lethal with a guitar. That shit was hilarious. And she was in a matchup too. You got to go back and watch that. That was awesome. And of course, Chris Stanlander, Taya Valkyrie.
I'm going to let you finish. You finish this up. I can't wait to see that Stanlander set. That Statlander Taya Valkyrie match, Jade Cargill's going to fuck that shit up, and I'll be very sad, but it is what it is. I love you guys. I will see you next week.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, there's an emergency.
Yes.
I got to go to the bathroom really bad. I'm just going to be honest with y'all.
There you go.
That's hard for sure. Lennox, thanks for showing up. Brian, Jacko, if you're still here just in time. Clark Street, Chicago. Love you guys. Courtney, see you later. Peace.
That's right. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So we are done now here. As the director already called it out. But yes, that is next week's. Right there, of course, we got the blind eliminated tournament match, which I'm looking to see who's going to be in that tournament. The Hardy versus the Gun, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. All of this next week's Dynamite card is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, as well as the director had to go, now is the time for us to go as well, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time, unfortunately. Yes, I know, people. I know people didn't want this, but it is about that time. But yes, the only thing I'm not looking forward to is Dynamite is Jeff Jarrett Briscoe match. Thank you, J-Man. I fucking love you. Thank you. You said yes. Yes, you are absolutely right. But Jeff Jarrett, you need to stay. Oh, I'll put it. You know what, Jeff Jarrett, you need to stay backstage. You need to. Tony Khan, you need to book Jeff Jarrett, be backstage.
That's fucking bullshit.
Well, you're bullshit, Tony Khan. You need to have Jeff Jarrett behind. Okay. He does not deserve to be on TV. See, J-Man even said, go away, Double J. Jesus, go away. No, damn it. We don't want it. No.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, we get every time when we see Jeff Jarrett. I don't want to see him either. I don't want to see him. No, Liz. No. So you got to give
me what I want.
You have to. You have to give us what I want. Yes. Thank you. Even Nick, shout out to Nick, the Ring Fanatics, too. Thank you so much. Yeah, keep Jeff Jarrett backstage, but keep it. I'm with you. At least, hey, Nick, I'm with the whole keep theme song on TV. That's for sure. I'm with you, brother. I am absolutely with you. But man, yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course, the director left. You know, it's that time. You know it is, man. I know you guys.
The fuck?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, because, it is, unfortunately, and it is that time. It's time for us to go. Because, yes, we are done here. I'm done. Of course, because, Chris already left as well. You guys already know. It is about that time.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Yes, it is about that time, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us here. It's been amazing. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much for everything. And I hope everybody's enjoying their Father's Day. And even if you're not like a father, you're still a father, because if you own animals, if you own pets, anything, you're still a father regardless. So happy Fathers to everybody. Happy Father's Day. Enjoy the rest of the Father's Day today, Sunday, fun day. Enjoy it. Have a great time. I appreciate everybody on the chat as well. Thank you so much, Jay, man. I appreciate you. I thank you so much. Much love to you, brother. And a shout out to everybody in the chat. Justin, Nick, Brian, Lennox, thank you so much. Tim, Gordon Clark Street, appreciate you. JD, Jacko, thank you so much for tuning in. Courtney, of course. High Class, Dom, appreciate you all guys for tuning in today. And we'll be back this week coming up. We'll do the prediction for Forbidden Door. We will get into that. Might be, the day before. We're not quite sure, because we do have, mind you, PCW that we have to be attending. So we'll try to do as best as we can. We'll keep you guys up to date and make sure you follow us on the social media platforms. And do not forget to follow also the Bloodline Entertainment Network as well. It's right up there. Make sure. And while you're at it, make sure you go to the website. Go to bloodlineentertainment.com for everything you guys want, for any sports, any articles. They're all there, from sports, pro wrestling, MMA. You have it all there. It's all there. Check it out. Go to bloodlineentertainment.com to check anything you guys need. It's right there, ladies and gentlemen. But once again, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. This is the host, Stevie's One. Thank you once again for the shout out for my recovery. I'm still recovering. It's take time, of course. That's why I haven't been out loud. But yes, you already know, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Do not forget that here in the Circle to Be podcast, we don't just podcast. We make history. Enjoy Sunday, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Must bid you adieu, a goodbye, mwah, and good night. Oh my God, it's so great. Bang! Yes!